What's up, guys? Adapark here, and today we're going to talk about the excuse of RNG when it comes to raiding. So for a second, I want to, regardless of your role that you fulfill within a raid group, I want to, for you to imagine, I want to paint a scenario, situation. I want you to imagine that you are a ranged DPS or you are a healer doing the heroic Tichondrius fight. So the big thing for this fight that we want to focus on is the brand of Argus that periodically Tichondrius is going to throw out. So for those of you that either are not familiar or have not done this fight, when you get brand of Argus, when you are within this circle that the brand has with X amount of other players, it blows up, does AoE damage. So you obviously, as a raider, you want to stagger these to make sure that you don't wipe the raid by 2 or 3 of them blowing up at the same time. So painting this scenario, you're doing heroic Tichondrius, he throws the brand of Argus on you. And you know you can't stand around anybody until it's time to break, and you break it. So then, knowing that you've just broken this brand of Argus, you decide to collapse back into the range group. You're feeling safe, you're feeling good, you just got it. And lo and behold, what happens is the next time he does brand of Argus, he throws it on you. You are clumped up with the rest of the ranged. You immediately blow up and you kill half the raid, or you wipe the raid. Was it RNG that wiped the raid? What was the reason that caused it? Was it poor gameplay? Was it bad luck? Was it shitty mechanics? Was it, overtuned boss? Was it RNG? A lot of people, when this happens, when they see it from the outside, what we're looking at right now, they may say no. But when you come to the actual, practical app, you're doing this and it happens, people are going to say, yes, this was RNG. That was just bad luck. But I'm going to let you guys know, there's no such thing as bad luck. There's no such thing as RNG when it comes to boss mechanics. Yes, some of the mechanics randomly will select players. That is part of the raid. That is part of the encounter. You getting something 2, 3, 4 times in a row sucks. But it's the way you handle it that is the cause of problems, not you getting it. So here's the problem. A lot of players are going to blame, like I said, bad luck, RNG, shitty mechanics. But these things are going to happen. And what I've tried to preach to you guys over and over and over on this channel is it's not necessarily blaming it on bad mechanics as much as being able to handle and be prepared to handle these mechanics that makes you a good player. This means that, like I've said before, that you guys know the fight. You know what brand of Argus is in this example. You know that no matter what, the raid cannot stack up regardless of if you got it before, it doesn't matter. You could potentially get it again. And it also means that these situations that we're talking about right now, where you could potentially get a raid wiping mechanic or something that you have to deal with multiple times in a fight, over and over and over again. We talked about a long time ago, one of the council fights in Hellfire Citadel, Council of Elders, I think it was, where there is a mechanic, and for the life of me, I cannot remember what the mechanic is, but it puts some type of debuff or buff on you. Got to run it out of the raid, or it spawns pools or something. And mathematically speaking, when you're doing it on Mythic, half the raid or a third of the raid every single time is going to get it. And I know I talked to you guys about the fact that you need to accept that you are going to get it. So it's not so much I'm going to blindly not know how to do it or I'll figure it out, so much as I know I'm going to get it and I know I'm going to be prepared. So you need to accept every time you pull a boss that I could get the Frost debuff on Spellblade. I could get the Fire debuff on Spell Augur. I could get this debuff on whatever, and I'm okay with that. I'm cool with it because I know how to handle this shit, right? And then, more importantly, if you screw up, if you make a mistake and you blow up the raid due to, brand of Argus or whatever other debuff that the boss throws on you, you take the fall for it. You take credit for it. You go, guys, I fucked up. I was in range. I shouldn't have been. I got brand of Argus. I blew you guys up. My bad. It won't happen again. You're not going to go, well, a shitty RNG, bad luck, shitty mechanics. You're not going to let someone else, you guys should have spread out. No, you're the one that got it. You should have been spread out. It's the classic question of who should spread out, the rest of the raid or the one dude that gets the mechanic. Well, clearly, when you're doing Mythic, when you're doing Heroic, and you're doing more than 10 people, one dude should move as opposed to 9 other people or 19 other people. So, RNG, or the concept of it, this cascading failure, if we look at this example of Brand of Argus, again, we're going to focus on that for this video. Yes, you got unlucky. You got the Brand of Argus 2 times in a row. But in this example above, was it that for whatever reason, the people that got Carrion Plague that should have moved away weren't moved as far away as they could have? Did you just forget that you can't stack in range, that people can't be super close together, that there is a range requirement for this fight? Was there some reason that you were unable to handle this? Was there some reason maybe earlier in the fight? And these are things that you as a raider, not just your raid leader, not just your officers, your guild leader, not just your leadership needs to be thinking about. It's what cascading failure at what point caused this issue to happen, caused this wipe to happen. And it very well may have been, I forgot that I can't stack in range. I got the Brand of Argus twice. It blew up the raid. That's my fault. I did that. Or it could have been, look, we weren't handling this situation from the beginning and it cascaded down, and here's what happened. Look at the failures, look at what's going on. Identify and fix the mistakes that you are making. Take credit for them. I can tell you, not only as a player, but as a leader, there's nothing more frustrating than to watch and see other players screw up and know without a shadow of a doubt that dude fucked up. I've seen it. Where people just do something stupid, and it's like, dude, you just wiped the raid. And I'll ask as the guild leader, as the raid leader, hey guys, what's the deal here? Why are we wiping? What happened? I don't know. Something happened. I don't know. The boss didn't die. LOL. No, dude, you fucking failed at that mechanic, and you don't have the balls enough to admit it. There's nothing more frustrating than seeing that. However, the opposite is also true. As a raider, as a raid leader, as a guild leader, there's nothing more awesome in a raid to hear somebody go, I screwed up, I know what I did, I'm going to fix it, and then following through and fixing it. So accept the fact that there's no RNG and don't blame it. Instead, take responsibility for the inadequacies, the failures, the mistakes, the issues, and resolve them. Don't blame the game. Don't blame the mechanics. Don't blame anyone else but your failures, because that's what's going to make the difference between a kill and wiping over and over again, is identifying the issues within yourself and within your raid group and resolving them, and not simply blindly blaming the game for your mistakes. With that being said, guys, hopefully you like what I'm saying here. If you do, you guys know the deal. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Both of those things, I cannot tell you enough, encourage me so much more than you guys understand to continue to make the content that you're seeing here. If there's something you want me to talk about, if you want my 2 cents on something, leave it in the comment section below. I would love to make videos on the content that you guys want to see. Throw the ideas out there, throw the comments out there. I'll adjust accordingly, right? And until next time, I'll see you.